Ooh, YouTube Live. Okay, so I don't even know how many people are going to tune in on this thing right now. It's Tuesday morning. Hey, what's today's date? What is it? The 8th, 9th, 10th? December 10th? Yep, December 10th. It's Tuesday morning, December 10th, and I'm coming to you live from the Avenger pond. Now, we're at that point right now where the most important parts of everything start to happen. The pond is put together for the most part, but now is all that fine attention to detail, the last 10%. And there's a couple of things here that we have waited on until now to be able to put these things together. For example, we've got some pond jets, we've got conduit running right now for our LED lighting system. Behind me is a beach area. And so that sandy beach is going to kind of be a really cool place to be able to wade in and out of the pond. I'm going to give you a couple tips on this area over here. I'm also going to show you over here where the guys are working over here behind me. That area over there is for a pier. So we've got a nice 6-foot by 10-foot dock that's going to come out from right here where the sandy beach is, and it's going to come out into the pond. I'll show you where that is. We got some roaring rapids coming in off of the double wetland that's over here behind me. Joe, I'm going to show you what he's doing with running conduit for our low voltage lighting system. And then I'm also going to show you where Ryan is filling all the gaps down here along the walls. So stay tuned, enjoy the video. And before we get too far, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and smash that button down below. And we like to give you guys updates as updates are available. We've just been really working so hard on this pond for the last several weeks that there's just so much to do that we haven't had any real reason to give you guys too much of an update. So I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of a walk around the project, around the property, and let you see where we sit as of today. So this area that you're looking at right over here, we've got a couple of spillways. So there's a spillway right over here, and there's a second spillway right over here. That's going to be flowing at about 10,000 gallons an hour coming into the pond in this area right over here. And there's our stream bed kind of going up towards the house. There's a big fountainscape that's going to go in this corner over here. This is one of two wet wells. I've been calling it an intake bay, but it really isn't a true intake bay because it's not going to be like skimming over an edge and dropping down. This is really just like really more like a deep wet well. And in each one of these vaults, there's a vault here, 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 and here. Each one of those houses a 10,000 gallon per hour pump. They're Aquascape's part number, it's a 12 PN. And they've got really good high head pressure. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40,000 gallons an hour coming off of just this one particular area, this intake. So we've got one of these pumps is going to go up and power this stream that's coming down alongside over here and coming down. Hey, what's happening? Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Another one of these pumps is going to run these jets. And then we've got one string of jets that's going to come along this area right over here and go along this shelf and blow the bottom of the pond clear. We also have aeration that's going to come down into this area, and another air disc that's going to be over here in this area. We're stretching out the pipe right now so that we can get a good easy twist and turn over here. Cobble goes on top of the aqua blocks. The reason why we put cobble is there as opposed to just fine gravel is because if we didn't put cobble on here, it's going to clog and we can't have any kind of obstruction of flow. Let's see here. Matt Griffin came from Prime Lawn in Houston, Texas. He came out last week and he helped us with this area right over here. It's hard to imagine the size of these boulders over here, but I want to say this one here probably weighs about a good solid 4,000 pounds or so. This one over here literally toppled that T-Rex excavator, and by size, he's about twice the power of my Hitachi over here. And we were really lucky to get that one in and get it leveled off. This, let's see, where is it? This stone right over here is going to go in this general area over here so that we have a stone pathway that walks across here and takes you right out to the edge of the pond. The guys are working on the area right over here where the pier is going to be. There's our sandy beach area. Okay. We've been using these corrugated tubes to be able to deliver gravel and deliver boulders down to the bottom of the pond. There's a fish cave that connects this side here, goes across and connects this side over here on the other side of Joe. This peninsula right over here that sticks out, that's a tee box for a putting green. So you're going to tee over the lake and you're going to land over here, and there's a PGA certified putting green that's going to go in right over here. Waterfalls, we got 10, 20, 30, 40,000 gallons an hour for those waterfalls. Let me take you over here to intake bay number 2. One thing I really like to point out over here, this is that tee box I was pointing out on the other side of the lake. So the tee box over here shoots over and lands someplace over here. But this waterfall area right over here is a waterfall area that really is hidden from anywhere else, from the rest of the view of the lake, unless you're standing on the tee box. So here's the tee box. Here I am standing right over here. And we've got some really beautiful waterfalls. Here's a waterfall coming over here. Here's another one coming down. Horsetail pinch points over here like this, dropping down over here, coming down, spillways down, falling in. There's another really nice fish cave right over here on the other side of Joe. So you see that over there. And that looks like it's just carved right into the side. We use corrugated tube for that. Super strong, and build right over the top of it. Here's intake number 2 for another combined flow rate of 40,000 gallons an hour, 10, 20, 30, 40,000 gallons an hour through this intake. This intake is going to send these 2 pumps over into the waterfall, and these 2 pumps over into the 2 wetlands that are over here. One last thing I want to point out, last but not least, actually, let's see here, hang on a minute. I don't know if you guys can see it right now. I need someone to sit there. Hey, Dewey, come here for a sec. Have a seat. How's that feel? It is, isn't it? So this is Poseidon's throne. We're going to have a little trident that's going to stick out of the water right over here. So hold your hand out like you're holding on to a trident. There it is. Now hold your hand out like you're holding on to a beer. Yeah, we're good. Does it work? All right. So we've got that going on. Here's the rest of our stream bed going up into the double wetlands over here. And Joe, last tip of the day. I want to give you a tip over here with Joe. But before I do that, I want to talk about this sandy beach. So this sandy beach, the liner goes straight in over here, and it cuts in at about water level over here, just as a 90-degree shelf would be built using rocks. And instead we've got this sand coming down over here. You can see from the video here, the slope is not too terribly severe, but this area here is just going to kind of be a really neat area that you can come in and out of the pond. You're at about a good solid 18 inches of sand from here down to the liner down at the bottom. And let's see, I'm going to take you over to Joe, let you see what he's doing right now. Now, one of the things we don't want to do is we don't want to run our low voltage lighting and have to pull things apart to replace a fixture. So we're running conduit, and this conduit's coming along, and it is running underneath the underlayment, coming up behind the rocks, and we're daylighting it over there. Thanks for the thumbs up, Andrew. And we're daylighting it up on the other side over here so we can tie that into our low voltage lighting system. So, hey Joe, do you have a system yet? Or are you just kind of winging it as you go?
Well, I'm just trying to make sure I got enough conduit to get up there. I'm going to put a light right here, go underneath these rocks, and fish it out right here. Go underneath the liner, come up, stub out right there.
Awesome.
And that's the plan.
Hey, plug your company.
I'm Joe with Nature's Waterscapes.
Where are you out of?
Out of Ranch Cucamonga. We're out here building this epic pond right here, the Avenger pond.
So you've been out here with us since day one, yeah?
Pretty much, yeah.
Can you think about the top of your head what is one takeaway, just one, not the biggest, just any takeaway that comes to mind right now?
Planning. Planning is huge. If you ain't got a plan, you're gonna be spinning your wheels. And we've had plans out here, and we've been sticking to them. So I think that's why we're where we're at right now.
So do you think we're ahead of schedule or right on schedule?
I think we're right on schedule right now. So we should be putting water by the end of the week. Probably 2 days tomorrow if possible. So
Awesome. Thanks, Joe.
yep.
And so right now we got Ryan filling in all the cracks with the gravel over here. This is Ryan. And so when we place all of our boulders, we've got a lot of these cracks and crevices over here. And Ryan,
Yeah.
you're doing a killer job, buddy.
Thank you.
I really like what you're doing. Anything that you want to say to the people that are watching you right now? You're live on YouTube. Anything that you want to say about what you're doing? What are your thoughts? What's your process?
That's easy. Start big, go small. Start big, go small. Work your way down.
Awesome. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Safety first.
Safety first.
Yeah. Protect your fingers.
Yeah. Hey, I told you that that without those gloves, your hands are going to get thrashed. Are you feeling a lot less thrashed right now?
Yeah. It's a lot better than yesterday.
Right. So yesterday they poured all this gravel, and I mean we've got like 5 guys that poured all this gravel. So I want to take you over here, and right now I'm standing at about 6 feet deep of water. So we have a koi cave that's going to run from this side over to the other side over here. I showed you this koi cave over here. So this one here runs pretty deep. Let's see. I don't think the camera can quite pick it up very well, but I think we're running right at about maybe 4 feet deep or so, maybe deeper. And underneath that plywood over there, there's another cave. And again, we're building them all out of this corrugated pipe. So this is 2-foot corrugated. So these caves are plenty big enough. This one over here I absolutely love. Let's see if I can get to it here. There we go. Check that out. Pretty bitchin'. So, let's see. I'm gonna go on over, talk to Jeff real quick, talk to Chris, talk to Aaron, and see what they have to say about this step of the job, this stage of the job. Hang on just one second. Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Where are you from? What's the name of your company?
Well, we're from Michigan. We're based out of Michigan. We're Pondering Waters.
And you've been out here for most of the job?
Yep. Just been gone for what, week and a half, 2 weeks?
For Thanksgiving?
Yep.
So what are we doing today? What are our goals?
Our goals is actually to finish up this whole end of the stream. This is like the last major part of the whole job to get this thing wrapped up here. So we want to get the seam in right now. We want to get all the boulders and get this all wrapped up and gravelled in. And like I said, this is one of the last major hurdles.
Awesome. Aaron's my foreman. Everyone say hi to Aaron. Aaron, what are your thoughts? Where are we at right now?
We are at seaming the last seam of the pond. So we're just gonna fold this under like this. Give us a little extra liner to play with there, so that when we rock this in, we don't have any tight areas.
Awesome. Awesome. Dewey and Byron, these guys are our Seam Masters 2000. You can borrow them. This is Byron over here. This is Dewey. And how many guys, seriously, since you started working for Columbia Water Gardens, honestly, how many feet of seaming do you think that you guys have done?
2,000, 3,000.
2,000 to 3,000 feet of seaming. So is it fair to say that you guys know what you're doing at this point?
Yeah.
Is it hard?
No. It's not hard anymore.
Right on. And there's Chris over there. He is from Aquascapes of Michiana, and he's also been out here throughout most of the job. He's taking care of some problems back home with his crew. So that's it. There's your live walkthrough. There's your live update on this project. I'm hoping that the transmission gives you a really good signal and good audio. I'm hoping that you guys like that. It's awfully hard for me to produce video right now at this stage of the job because we just have so much going on. But I thought it'd be really cool to kind of give you an update, let you see what's happening. And then we've got so much great footage. We've got time-lapse photography of this entire project from start to finish. We have drone photography. We're going to have some slow motion when the waterfall is turned on. We've got all sorts of tips and tricks that we've got just so much footage that we haven't produced yet. So that's why it's really important, if you're new to my channel, to subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, just be patient with me, man. This is the biggest project. It's so much bigger. Like, for example, when Matt Griffin came out here last week to help out, he walked out here and his whole expression was just like, oh my gosh, Carl, this is so much bigger than what it shows in the videos and in the pictures. And the pictures don't do it justice. This project is an absolute beast. And you know what? He's right. It is big. But we're almost done. And that's the most important part. So stay tuned. Watch for more videos coming up. I'm Carl with Columbia Water Gardens, and this is a live update. And I'm here to remind you that updating you on our projects matter. Happy ponding.